This sounds really good fun to play, which, is not necessarily a given, right? Sometimes you say, like, I want to play this
Yeah,
now. It's sold. Okay, we'll just go and play it. That'd be
it
great.
was
No,
it was really funny. Well,
go on.
doing this playtest with the students,
Mm,
I I had not run a game of any kind for about, it's at least a decade,
wow.
10, 12 years. And it was really funny getting back into it,
Hmm.
even with my own game. But actually, it all came back, and I was like, "Oh, hang on a minute! This is much easier. This game I've created is actually quite good at making my job really, really easy." So I felt a certain burden of responsibility that the students had signed up to do this on their own
Yeah.
time. I'm one of their lecturers, so I don't want to look like a complete idiot, in front of them, not having the faintest idea what I'm doing. And I was really surprised. I was like, oh, I'd forgotten how much fun this was.
Right. Yeah.
Doing this kind of thing. It was great.
It's always, if you're running your own game, I always think it's just terrifying, because if you're running a game you've bought, you can kind of just, you can go, oh, this game's bad because of this thing in
Yeah.
it we don't understand. This is badly written, or this was poorly presented, or I couldn't find this bit in the book. But if it's your own game, you don't get any of those kind of excuses to just to
And
grease the wheels.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the writing, I think, is really important. And this is where we've been
Mm,
doing a lot of work in the background, and the games have been both heavily rewritten. But I think you and I have had sort of conversations, and with Morgan and Gregor
mm,
as well, about where there needed to be that greater clarity in the text. Because originally these games, came out of this mid 2000s indie small press scene where there was lots of assumptions about what
right.
happened in the language. And the games are now, I think, much clearer, and more accessible to someone who perhaps isn't familiar with a game such as this. You can pick it up and read it and go, "Oh, I know how to play and or run this game." And that's been a really satisfying part of this entire process of creating the new editions, is making them better in terms of that level of accessibility and the engagement that people can have with them.
I know my own contribution has largely been to go, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. And but that's a useful thing, isn't it? To have someone go, I don't get it. Which, that I've made lemonade out of my own inability. Um, but yeah, no, I think it's
That's
come
really
together.
useful.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, that's really, sorry, I keep talking over you, John.
No,
That's
I
really
do it
useful.
too.
I keep saying to students when I'm marking essays or giving them advice about essays, is write for an informed but non-expert audience.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Part of this kind of position, heal thyself kind of thing. It's like, right, I need to pay more attention to that, of writing for a non-expert audience, in writing about the procedures and mechanics and the way these games play.